Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Arsenal now offered a chance to sign a brilliant free agent right at the end of the transfer window. Arsenal have been offered the opportunity to sign a free agent international central midfielder Florian Grillitsch. 90-minute report that the Gunners have been handed the chance to get the 27-year-old as they battle a central midfield double injury blow. Mo Elneny and Thomas Partey are struggling for fitness, and that may see Mikel Arteta go into the market for a new arrival. Grillitsch was released by Hoffenheim at the end of last season and is still seeking a new club. Despite the season already having started, he came close to joining Brighton last month, but ultimately, the deal to join Graham Potter's side did not get over the line. The 27-year-old would be a low-risk signing due to the lack of transfer fee, but he may demand a big signing on fee and a longer contract on bigger wages to make up for that, and it seems Mikel Arteta only wants players who are on his list of targets anyway and not go off track and get someone who is left field. Former Newcastle midfielder Hamann thinks Grillitsch could thrive in the Premier League. He said, "I think he is a very good technical player. The only question marks over him would be if he could cope with the physicality of the Premier League. It's a different game and it's something that he still needs to work on, but he's a brilliant player technically. He's very gifted, so if he played in the right system, he could definitely help." Sources close to 21-year-old star are now saying it's very unlikely he joins Arsenal today. Arsenal have had a very successful transfer window this summer. Gabriel Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko have hit the ground running at the Emirates. Talk of a new central midfielder hasn't slowed down either, and The Telegraph have offered an update on one target. On their live blog, The Telegraph suggests that a move for Danilo is extremely unlikely today. It's been a whirlwind 24 hours for Arsenal and Danilo, with the Gunners' interest in the Brazilian coming very late in the window. Sources close to both Danilo and Arsenal have now said a deal is very unlikely to happen today. Arsenal have been looking at central midfielders throughout the transfer window. Leicester Citys Youri Tielemans has been linked with a move to the Emirates all summer. Arsenal have also been offered the services of free agent Florian Grillitsch. However, Danilo briefly looked like the player Arsenal wanted to bring in, but it now looks unlikely. Arsenal's need for a new midfielder has grown in the last week. Injuries to Thomas Partey and Mohamed Elneny have left Mikel Arteta slightly short of options. It hasn't hampered their league form though, as they currently sit top of the Premier League. Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli made sure they made it 5 wins from 5 against Aston Villa last night. Described as a complete midfielder, Danilo could have offered Arsenal another option in midfield. Although a move for Danilo is unlikely today, The Telegraph believe the Gunners could consider the 21-year-old again in January. The Palmeiras defensive midfielder has had a brilliant season in Brazil. Despite sitting in a deeper role for his club side, Danilo has scored in 5 different competitions this season. Even if it's unlikely Danilo signs for Arsenal today, a well-rounded midfielder isn't going to leave Arsenal's radar soon. Fabrizio Romano says Douglas Luiz wants Arsenal move. Arsenal are now ready to make a move for Aston Villa midfielder Douglas Luiz, according to TalkSport. Fabrizio Romano is one of the go-to guys on transfer deadline day, and he's just claimed Arsenal are pushing to sign Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa. Luiz has emerged as a target for the Gunners, and Steven Gerrard fanned the Flames last night by confirming the Brazilian could well be departing, and this morning, rumors have intensified that it's indeed Arsenal who are pushing their hardest to sign him. And according to Fabrizio Romano just now, Luiz is actually keen on moving to Arsenal, with agents working to get the deal done before the deadline comes. Arsenal are now really trying to sign Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa. Not an easy deal at all, but Arsenal are trying with agents working on it. Player understood to be keen on the move, up to the clubs, Romano tweeted. Luiz is well into the final year of his contract, and Villa have a big decision to make in terms of if they cash in on the midfielder or lose him for nothing next summer. Should Villa sell Luiz, it would leave a hole in their midfield, which they are expected to try and fill by signing Leo Dendoncourt from Wolves. Arsenal, meanwhile, have had a superb transfer window and could round things off nicely by completing a deal for Luiz. The midfielder has been on the radar of Edo and Mikel Arteta for some time now and would represent yet another fine capture in what has been a productive summer all around. Romano claims Arsenal eyeing deadline day swoop for perfect winger. Arsenal have been heavily linked with Shakhtar Donetsk and Ukraine star Mikhailo Mudryk in recent days. Earlier this month, Mediafoot Marseille claimed the Gunners are among the teams eyeing the 21-year-old. On Monday, Fabrizio Romano reported that Arsenal have explored a potential move for Mudryk. Keep an eye on the top talent Mikhailo Mudryk, the transfer insider wrote on Twitter. Everton had €30 million verbal proposal turned down by Shakhtar Donetsk last week. Arsenal have explored conditions on Mudryk deal a few days ago, but just on a player's side. And on Tuesday, Instagram account mmadryk10, the official account of the Shakhtar Gem, liked a post linking the Gunners with him. Yesterday, Romano gave Give Me Sport an update on the state of play involving Arsenal and Mudryk. The transfer insider says there is simultaneously serious interest in the youngster. However, Shakhtar now feel they can get more than €35 million for him. There is serious interest, said Romano. Now the problem is the price because after the Antony deal, internally at Shakhtar, they feel they can sell Mudryk for more than €30 million. They consider Mudryk to be a fantastic player, not just a talent, but a player absolutely ready to have an impact in England and ready to have an impact everywhere. They think he is more than a talent, so they are not selling him for €30 million to €35 million. Arsenal would be getting themselves a top talent in Mudryk. The versatile attacker has been nicknamed the Ukrainian Neymar for his exciting style of play. Shakhtar themselves have described Mudryk as unstoppable on their Twitter channel. It remains to be seen if Arsenal can afford the price of Mudryk. Arsenal star has completed move to Premier League club, says a journalist. Arsenal midfielder Ainsley Maitland-Niles is set to seal a loan transfer to Southampton with the option to make the move permanent. The England international has completed his medical with the Suns and will sign a new one-year contract extension with the Gunners before leaving, according to Fabrizio Romano. Romano tweet reads, Maitland-Niles completed his move to Southampton, medical done, and contracts to be signed now with Arsenal. New deal until June 2024 with Arsenal, and then loan to Southampton with a buy option clause. It looked like Maitland-Niles' move away from the Emirates Stadium is now all but done, with an official announcement surely not far away now. This looks a promising signing by Southampton, even if Maitland-Niles hasn't had the best time of late. The 25-year-old struggled whilst on loan at Roma last season, but previously impressed in Mikel Arteta's side in some big games. Though he could nail down a regular spot, Southampton might be closer to his true level, with the player surely still having it in him to have a fine career in the Premier League. Maitland-Niles' versatility could surely make him an asset for many clubs in mid-table, and it looks like it's Southampton who have won the race for his signature. Arsenal star Hector Bellerin to terminate his contract and agree surprise free transfer on deadline day. Arsenal right-back Hector Bellerin has reportedly emerged as the chosen target for Barcelona on deadline day. The Catalan Giants could do with cover at right-back after the departure of Serginho Dest to AC Milan, and it seems Bellerin could be a low-cost option for the club. Relevo explained on Twitter that Bellerin looks set to terminate his contract with Arsenal and take a significant pay cut to move to Barcelona today. Bellerin has had a fine career at Arsenal, but a combination of injuries and a general loss of form have seen him fall out of favour with Mikel Arteta. The Spain international spent last season on loan at Real Betis, but it now seems he could make the surprise move back to the club, where he had a spell as a youngster. Bellerin was on Barcelona's books before moving to Arsenal in 2011, and it now seems he could get the chance to represent their senior side at last. Arsenal could make late push for Premier League midfielder Youri Tielemans. According to reports, Arsenal could make a last-minute push for Leicester Citys Youri Tielemans following the Gunners' devastating injury woes. 90 Minutes have reported that Belgium international is still on the Gunners' radar and a last-minute deal has not been ruled out. Mikel Arteta have reportedly been keen on bringing in a new midfielder ahead of Thursday's transfer deadline following Mohamed El-Nenni's injury sustained during Saturday's victory over Fulham. The Athletic reported that the Egypt international is expected to be sidelined for a substantial period and that Thomas Partey, who missed the game against Fulham, was due to a minor muscle injury. With Arteta's midfield situation looking rather stretched, it would be a good idea for the club to act quickly and make an additional midfield signing before the end of the day. Tielemans, who has less than 12 months remaining on his current deal, has reportedly been linked to numerous clubs this summer. 90 Minutes have also reported that Arteta wishes to sign a player with a significant enough quality to impact his team's progress in the Premier League and not one who could be considered a stopgap. It's still unknown who the North London club would end up signing this summer, if any, but one thing is sure, Tielemans has the quality that Arteta is after. Fulham interested in Arsenal defender Cedric Soares. Fulham are interested in a move for Arsenal defender Cedric Soares in the final hours of the summer transfer window, according to a report from the Daily Mail. Cedric is yet to feature for the Gunners' first team this season. He has been on the bench for their last two games. Mikel Arteta is yet to bring him on. Arsenal have depth on both flanks, with Ben White predominantly playing at right back. Meanwhile, Alexander Zinchenko has arrived to provide competition for Kieran Tierney, and with that, it seems that Cedric could be offered the chance to leave. According to the Daily Mail, the Cottagers are keen on signing the former Southampton man. Marco Silva's side have already signed one Arsenal player this summer. Bernd Leno made the short trip across London earlier in the window. The German played against the Gunners at the weekend. Arsenal may be in two minds about selling Cedric at the final hours of the window. Obviously, he is unlikely to play a lot unless the Gunners deal with a number of injuries. In fairness, they will start their Europa League campaign soon, and that will stretch Arteta's squad, so Cedric could still have a role to play. He also appears to be a popular member of the squad. Arteta has lauded his attitude in the last couple of weeks, and he has also been labelled fantastic. But with that, Arsenal may feel that they cannot stand in his way should he wishes to leave, so perhaps the chance to potentially play more regularly at Craven Cottage will appeal to the Portugal international. Mikel Arteta praised Takahiro Tomyasu after Arsenal win on Wednesday. Mikel Arteta has praised Takahiro Tomyasu after his performance for Arsenal in their latest victory on Wednesday night. In comments reported by the club's official website, the Gunners remain top of the Premier League and they continue to boast a flawless record at the start of the campaign. Their latest win came last night as they beat Aston Villa at the Emirates, just like Fulham at the weekend. Arteta's side won 2-1. Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli scored the goals for the home side. Tomiyasu made another appearance off the bench for Arsenal. The Japan international replaced Ben White with 25 minutes to go. No Arsenal player actually won more tackles than Tomiyasu, according to who scored, and Arteta suggested that he's really pleased that he appears to be building up his minutes after a difficult time with injury. We are really happy that we are loading some minutes into him and he's responding really well, he told Arsenal's official website. He's been training now for weeks without any issues, which is the first period he's been able to do that in the last 6 or 7 months, and you can see the way he played today when he came on. I think he was really good. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.